Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Real Get to the Chopper. I'm your host Andy Godoy, and today I'm back with another fan movie commentary, and today's film will be Blade. Now this is the film starring Wesley Snipes as the half-human, half-vampire hunter, I should say, and it's a great film from what I can remember, so I'll be watching the 4K version. Now, this was requested by Luke Hayes Payne, and he said, why don't you do Blade? I've been meaning to do it, but I've just put a few other films beforehand before I started doing this one, so I finally got round to doing it. The ones after this will be Die Hard and Die Hard 2, and then I'm taking a little break over Christmas, and then I'll return with a podcast in the new year, and I've got a few films planned and a few regular podcasts planned as well. And with that then, let's get rocking and rolling. Let's watch Blade, and I'll give you my opinions and stuff like that, memories and commentary. So after the count of 3, 2, 1, press play. Right, so here we go. So, nothing's popping up on my screen. Oh, it is. It's a bit of a slow burner there. For a minute, I was a bit worried. So we have got, what have we got here? The New Line Cinema. So whenever I think of New Line Cinema, I always think of Nightmare on Elm Street. New Line Cinema presents. And I'm in RA Film Production. Now, interestingly enough, Marvel were going through a hard time, as we all know, and they started selling off, I think, the rights to movie companies to try and make a bit of money. And they had previously tried making sort of superhero films to limited success. A lot of them were like really below sort of budget. They were really campy, over the top, and so on. And none of them. This was the first film that really brought superheroes mainstream, that looked epic and real, and it didn't look cheesy. It looked like an actual film, like it was set in the real life world, whereas before it was really just nothing more than a TV type film. Now, I remember watching this with one of my colleagues when I was working at Sega World. We sort of like agreed that we were going to go and watch this. And you know what? We came out of the film really impressed. Wesley Snipes, Stephen Dorff, Blade. Now, again, I am watching the 4K version of this, so I have seen the original 35mm at the cinema in the Trocadero in London, and I've not seen it on the big screen since. Now I'm watching it on 4K on a 120-inch screen, and I so far so good. Udo Kier, and there is Tracy Lords. Now Tracy Lords used to be an adult film star, and controversially enough, apparently she was like underage when she did a lot of her work in the adult film industry. So, I mean, she seems to be in quite a lot of regular TV, so she's sort of like transitioned over to more of the what's considered normal Hollywood style work as opposed to the porn industry. Speaking about the porn industry, I really want to get the film Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg. Definitely need to check that out. That's going to come out in 4K at some point. Love this scene. Probably one of the greatest scenes in cinema history. Man, I've been to a few sort of like raves like this back in the day. One of the most weirdest, strangest places was in Brixton, in South London, underneath the railway arches. It was just sort of like one of those squat party type raves where someone hears of it, they announce it, and then if you know, you know, and you show up, you go in, and thank God I didn't get into this situation. Now, remember, I used to quite like the vampire lady with the white hair. Yeah, look at him going with his little Kangol hat, I think it is. Love it. Absolutely love it. I bet you, if you're listening to this, Luke Hayes Payne, you've partied like this before. You're probably still partying like this. Oh, and my mate Damien says still goes to sort of like raves. Goes to all these rave things like in Leeds and all over the place. That guy looks familiar. I can't remember what I know him from. Yeah, before this, Marvel films had been like, over here in the UK, it was Spider-Man movies that were obviously like the TV movies. Hey. Now that guy there, that vampire dude there, the one who was getting sucked off, he actually plays another vampire, completely unrelated, in the second Blade film. Love this bit. Bloodbath. Can you imagine thinking, what the hell is going on? Now, I always just assume since it's a slaughterhouse, it's all like the cows and stuff like that, animal sort of like blood. That must have been quite a good fun to film this. Looks really good. 4K. Yeah, and I think before this, like they had the Incredible Hulk movies with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. Again, loads of TV made movies. Man, love it. That looks really good, the blood. What I want to know is, like, how the hell did Blade not get a single drop of blood on him where all these are just completely, totally splattered? I mean, he's just there. Look. Where's he been? Did he have an umbrella? He does look badass, doesn't he? Very badass indeed. Love the way everyone fears him. And then obviously after this, then like you had the X-Men film that came out, and then superhero films really did start happening. Oh, there were obviously other comic book films like Tank Girl, Spawn, and loads of other things, but this was like Marvel. Nice sound effects. Good stunt work there. Yeah, maybe the visual effects, considering I think it was around 97, 98. Looks a little bit sort of not too great, but saying that though, it looks better watching it on the big screen than watching it on a small screen, because obviously I've seen this film since, and I've seen it on DVD, well, VHS, DVD, even on Blu-ray, but not on 4K on the big screen. And it does look mightily impressive. So yeah, this guy here, yeah, he played a different vampire in Blade 2. Love that. Yeah, and obviously this film had a few sequels. Blade 2, Guillermo del Toro did the second one, had one of the guys from Bros playing the baddie. Blade 3, Trinity, which was absolutely rubbish. Just it weren't a great film. And then there was also Blade the TV series, which wasn't played by Wesley Snipes. And then I remember Wesley Snipes ended up doing some time actually for not paying taxes and stuff, I believe. And then of course we all know he came back in the Deadpool film, Deadpool v Wolverine, whatever it's called. And interestingly enough, on the set of Blade Trinity, he didn't get on with Ryan Reynolds. And I think they even joke about it. Now, I do like vampire films. Obviously, like, I grew up sort of... That looks really good. Man, it does look good in 4K. The blood stains, like the grimness, the fire, the guy being set on fire there. I'll tell you what, 4K is just phenomenal. I was really hesitant at first when I first sort of like, people were going on about the 4K bandwagon. I'm like, not that impressed. But honestly, it's really transformed the way I watch films. You know, it is like almost like 35 mil. And some of these films have been cleaned up as well. So we're probably getting them in a cleaner, done up version, I should say. Again, look at her skin textures and everything. That's what I love about 4K. Oh, apologies there. I always seem to cough when I'm doing these things. Yeah, honestly, I recommend that if you are going to watch 4K, get yourself a good 4K player, not on a console, a decent 4K player, because it does HDR and Dolby Vision, and I think it just runs a lot better than your regular standard sort of consoles. And watch it on a big screen, you know. Is it just me? I can't imagine her going out of him before in the past. I feel like she's like a couple of levels above him. I don't believe him. Yeah, Blade 2, I don't know which I prefer, this or Blade 2. Both of them are really good films. Obviously, Guillermo del Toro ended up doing sort of Hellboy, which I do need to do at some point. I've got both the Hellboys on Blu-ray. I don't think I will get them on 4K. And this is what I mean. Like, before this, comic book films weren't really scary, gory. they were really catered for kids. You know, it would have just been some dodgy acting, really bad costumes, really bad special effects. And this film looks like it had quite a bit of money thrown into it. And it shows it, you know, it's shot really, really well. Hmm. Hmm. Nice. I just love the heartbeat sound there. Love Blade's haircut. Maybe I should rock that haircut if I had hair. Just do it with whatever hair I've got left on my head. Or the tattoo he's got as well. Have that little mustache. I'd probably get cancelled if I dressed up as Blade. It's like, who are you meant to be, Andy? Blade. Oh yeah, I remember this bit. It's got a very Matrixy style film, but I feel like they both came out around the same time, so just they had same sort of ideas. Now, before this, I only really knew Blade from the Spider-Man, the 90s animated TV series. But I'd probably heard of him in a comic, but I didn't know too much about him. Yeah, I think it's been quite a few years since I watched this film. I probably watched it on my 1080p, my cheap 1080p projector, on Blu-ray. And again, it's night and day. Yeah, I used to like Wesley Snipes. What's that, New Jack City he was in? So White Men Can't Jump, and then he also did Money Train. Not as good as White Men Can't Jump. He's a good actor when he can be bothered, and he's given the chance to shine. Nice car. Looks kind of similar to the one from Mad Max. Man, speaking of Mad Max, cannot wait to do the Mad Max films. This kind of reminds me of the factory setting from RoboCop. And whenever I hear this music, I think of An American Werewolf in London. Chris Christopherson. This guy's always older, wasn't he? Yes, I remember who else is on this as well. Speaking about injections, I need to set my injection at some point today. I'm on blood thinners for my operation. I'm currently 4 weeks in. I should be able to have my knee brace, leg brace removed in the next 2 weeks. And then that's when the next few months will be rehab of me having to walk properly again. Oh yeah, the Vampire Council. I don't remember what else he was in. Wasn't he in Backbeat, the film about the Beatles? And I'm sure he was in a sort of film. It weren't The Explorers. It was something else like that, like another kid's film. Wasn't it The Gates or something like that? Some horror film when he was a kid. How were you born as a vampire? I like the lore of the Vampire Council there. Essence of garlic. trying to think of the backstory of this guy. I don't think we see him again, do we? But yeah, I'm really enjoying doing these film commentaries. Just again, it's just like it's nice for me to rewatch films again and speak my mind about them, and just have that there, just like for when I'm older, or my kids can hear it, or like my friends like yourselves who are all listening to this can hear my opinion on this film, on these films. And all those weapons. Shiny sword. I do want to do some martial art films. Obviously, I want to do some sort of like, stuff like with Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. I want to do some Van Damme stuff like Bloodsport, Kickboxer. Then I want to do some of the cheesier stuff like American Ninja or Jim Carter. And maybe even some of the earlier Jackie Chan films. Well, not the earlier ones, but some of the ones where it became more comedy orientated, like Armor of God or Project A Part 2. Ouch. That's like me when I'm eating spicy food on a Friday night. Well, I should say the following morning. I could have sworn that Norman Reedus is in this. Maybe he's in the second one. Again, it's been a while since I've watched this. Oh yeah, wise things to do while you're refueling up. Just light up a cigarette. Yeah, vampire films, like obviously I grew up watching them. Stuff like the original, well, I say original. I enjoyed the old, like Nosferatu. Would like to get that in our 4K. Then there's sort of like Bela Lugosi, Universal vampire films. And then obviously after that, the Hammer horror films, vampires. And then you've got other good sort of vampire films like, John Carpenter's Vampires, From Dusk Till Dawn, Lost Boys. Oh, love him. when done right. The only one that I really want to watch, I haven't seen, what is it? The one in the snow, 30 Days, 30 Nights, or whatever it's called. Need to watch that. That looks like it should be interesting. See if I can get that cheap on Blu-ray now. Quite intense, the music, like the heartbeat, just very reminiscent of The Thing, actually. Other films I've bought recently, Universal Soldier on 4K. I've bought Pitch Black on 4K. Recently bought Battle Royale on 4K. And I bought Creed 2 on Blu-ray. So I will be doing requests, and like Luke's always recommending some great films for me to watch. And if I haven't got them, I will be buying them, or, you know, I probably do have quite a lot of them on 4K, and if I've got them on Blu-ray, sometimes it's worth me upscaling. Not always, but, you know, like for certain films I will do. I don't remember the music being this like tense, and really like, the beat of it, like the bass of it, I should say. Hmm. Forgot about that. Wow. I think he did deserve it though. Did not like that. Do you remember this has got some big weird fat creature type vampire, which I can't remember what he is, where he is, why he's there, and what his purpose is. I love the tension. She's spotting things like tattoos and stuff like that. And she's coming to the realization that not everyone can be trusted, that even amongst humans, they will betray each other. Hmm. Just the slow tension of what's actually happening, what's going on, the fear she's got, like living like the whole life she's been living. It's all fake. None of it's real. There is something bigger out there than just them. We knew where that was coming. Mm-hmm. Ow. Ouch. Poor guy. Nope. Right. Quite fast cuts, actually. Bit of shaky cam there. Different frame rates as well to show time moving on. Got a pretty decent soundtrack. If you do hear some noises, it's my cat who's near the microphone and she's purring. Badass. Ooh. Love the music. It's a very visual film. Love that 1-2. Hey, at least he hit Blade. Why not? Ooh. I always did wonder, I don't know if it's out there, who'd win in a fight? Blade versus Buffy, or Blade versus Angel from Buffy, or Blade versus Spike from Buffy. It's quite a good looking film, actually. Got to give it that. It's got very cold tones. Cold blue tones. Somewhere down the line, I'll be doing some more 3D films. Coraline And like Mad Max Fury Road and 3D. But for me, probably my favorite vampire film of all time definitely is The Lost Boys. Love it. And that looks incredible in 4K. I need to do that somewhere in the new year. Just like the lights, the music, the atmosphere, just phenomenal. He's a ladies' man, eh? Knows how to talk to the ladies. Huh. See, this is vampires, not like the whole Twilight bullcrap. Yeah, what the hell is this, dude? Hmm. Ouch. Hmm. Crispy. Did he think someone's liking the power? Cool explosion there. Yeah, apologies if I do sound a little bit stuffed up today. I've got a bit of a blocked up nose. Curious to find out what that woman's been in. I don't know how accurate this is to the comic of Blade, because again, I'd never really read the comics Blade. Yeah, so Deacon Frost. Oh yeah, this is the little kid vampire. Little badass. Yeah, the guy, Stephen Dorff, or Stuart Sutcliffe from Backbeat. And before that, what else did I know him out? He was in an episode of Blossom. An episode of Roseanne. Family Ties. Different Strokes. Ooh. Ah. Nice. I remember this, definitely. Love this bit. Ooh, close. Don't know what it's like with the rail lines, but in London, the Underground, it's always the one that's further away from the platform is a positive, and the other one is a negative. And the inner ones, well, are the running rails. That had to hurt. How the hell did that not tear off his arm? Look how fast she's going. Can you imagine? He's like, wrong arm. No shit. Technically, you're one of them. Wasn't there like a series of films? Wasn't that Night Watch, Day Watch, and I can't remember what the other one is, which is another vampire films. I think they're like Eastern European films, but might need to check them. I've got a leg brace just like that now. I'll tell you what, Chris Christopherson Really good actor. I know he's like singing musician, but as an actor, he's doing really well. Really convincing in his role. Do wonder if we are going to get a new Blade film or whether we're going to see Wesley Snipes as Blade again somewhere down the line. This guy's always injured. Who is this blonde woman? She is familiar. Yeah, so apparently the guy with the missing hand, he auditioned for the second Blade film. He had obviously been working out, was a lot bigger, looked even more jacked, and I think some of the same producers didn't even recognise him. They hired him for the role, playing a different character. You wouldn't know it's him. But yeah, other good vampire films, Once Bitten, Fright Night. The remake was pretty decent as well. Yeah, if you want to watch a rubbish vampire film, watch The Lost Boys 2, The Tribe. Really, really terrible. Really bad acting. Really bad camera work. It looks like it's been filmed like on a camcorder, like an old one. The third Lost Boys film weren't too bad. Hmm. A little bit there looked a bit dodgy when he just... Even that looks a little bit not too great. Do want to watch some sort of like older films, stuff like Planet of the Apes. Still want to watch films like The Warriors. Want to do some of the Clint Eastwood films. Want to sort of... I might even do some old black and white films like Buster Keaton, Abbott and Costello. Be doing the old black and white Universal films like Frankenstein, The Wolfman, Dracula, The Mummy. She weren't kidding. I don't believe him. But yeah, I want to do some animated one stuff. I want to do things like Akira. I want to do things like Transformers animated movie. I've got that on 4K. There's one called Orin, The Legend of Star Chaser, or Star Chaser, The Legend of Orin. I'll do stuff like G.I. Joe, and maybe I'll try some sort of other anime and things like that. I'll look into. I'm really looking forward to doing these sort of style podcasts. It's just nice and easy for me to do. I get to watch stuff. I get to sort of just do two things in one go rather than just sort of do a podcast and talk and these are so much easier. I just don't have to do any edit. All I have to do is just put intro and outro music, and that's it. It's all done. Oh, I forgot what an asshole he is. Poor little girl. Poor little girl, look at her. Ooh. I do want to do films as well, like the monster movies, stuff like the original Godzilla, the original King Kong. I even want to do one of, I think it's called Gorgo, which was like the UK version of Godzilla. Even watch something like Cloverfield, be interesting to watch. Plays a good baddie, Stephen Dorff does. Oh no. Poor little girl. Oh, Jesus Christ. Surprised the little girl isn't like dead from that impact. Damn. I like the way he just keeps guns stashed all over the place. That rifle. Ah, on his bad leg. Is it his bad leg? Yeah. Ouch. It's a good baddie. Deacon Frost. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Remember this bit. Just wondering, I was just there getting really involved. And the tension because of all the quiet stuff. Because he is. I'll tell you what, this is an old tough dude. I'm still going. It's not the longest death scene ever. Oh, it's walking away. What's he doing? Bullets. Oh, silver bullets. I feel like I know why I'm coughing and stuff because I've got my cat right next to me. Yeah, it's sort of like cleaning itself, so fur is going everywhere. What's that? The chemical? Oh, it's the chemical that blows things up, isn't it? That makes sense. Forgotten all about that, to be honest with you. Ooh, nice. What's he doing? Cutting off the weed. Sorry, I've got to move my stool that I've got here where I've been stretching my leg. Got to keep it straight, but I've also got to bend it, move it up and down, tense muscles, move my feet, and just keep it activated, really, so that way the muscles don't atrophy too much. He's such a sleazebag. There's just something about it. He looks so sleazy. Hmm. She's quite brave to be spouting off all this to the main baddie. Good fangs, actually. Sometimes fangs in vampire films look really rubbish, but they look quite real. And even the paleness of him as well looks pretty good. It suits him. This bit reminds me of The Matrix. Nice. This guy's got good aim. Quite. Oh, yeah, the explosion thing. Quite gross, actually, that. CGI, though, lets it down a little bit. They should have got a Robotine who did the special effects in the films like The Thing and Total Recall to maybe do the face, blown up sort of style thing. It would work a lot better. Can't remember how he figures out what does what. I suppose Stephen Dorff's character does. Oh, yeah, I remember this. What's going on? Oh yeah, it's Mum. Ah, I wasn't expecting that. Hmm. Hmm. My cat's right here next to the microphone. How does she know this? How does she know this? She's not done it. That bit looked a bit not great. Nice suit. Very 90s. Kick him in the balls. Ooh. His little face. He had me there for a second as well. Like that fur coat she's got on. Look, she looks badass. Ooh. Is that the doctor? Interesting. I'm getting really drawn into this because I can't remember a lot of it. So the storyline's really catching up. I like the way they got a perfect size mold of him there. And he all seems to be sweaty in this. Was that part of his contract? I need to be wearing leather pants and I need to be sweaty. She's a weirdo perv, ain't she? Very convenient, like. I like that look she's got with the slick back hair. Suits her. She looks very crazy with that smile as well. Kind of reminds me of the sacrifice thing that they've got in the film Cabin in the Woods towards the end, with the ultimate demon type creature. Yeah. Ooh, God, that was a good kick. Want to know what her real backstory is. I don't know if she's a comic-related character or a character created just for the film. But she stands out with the blonde hair and the blonde fur coat. I bet you are, mate. I bet you are. Damn, that looks a little bit infected, doesn't it? CGI blood there. That looks pretty good when it drops on the to their foreheads. Well, he's really going for it. There's like nothing left of her. It's getting a bit carried away. Is this like blood demon god thing a thing in the Marvel comics? Please let me know. That was very sexual there, all the thrusting and then like his happy roar. You don't look happy. Ow, my cat just bloody scratched me. Ooh. Yeah, the dying transformation, like when they're getting killed, really reminds me of the way they die in Buffy. And that's getting rebooted as well, actually. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think Sarah Michelle Gellar is having something to do with that. I'm not sure if she's back as Buffy. Oh yeah, these look like crap. But if memory does serve me right, there's some really good fast fighting scenes here. It's a man on a mission. Superhero Neeland. Oh, nice and easy. Ah, man. He's one cool mofo. Again, love the soundtrack. But why is he so sweaty? Oh, nice kick. It's almost like a video game. Don't remember there being a video game of Blade, but I do remember, I think on the PS2 there was Blade 2, I think. Could be mistaken. Maybe it was Blade on the PlayStation. I don't know. I need to double check that. Oh, nice fast. Mm-hmm. Nice. Oh, that looked like it hurt. And it sounded... Oh, gosh, that hurts my knee. Nice combo punch there. Nice. That was really well done there. Nice. It looks like something out of an old sort of samurai martial art film. Nice. Very good. Look at the sparks flying. Oh, I don't remember. Rubbish CGI there. Yeah. What the F? Ooh, that hurt. Oh, hush. Nice. Oh, yeah, I remember how he does this. I love that line. Yeah, again, he says it in the Deadpool, the third film. Love that. Bit rubbish to CGI there. I would have preferred to see like Rob Bottin style makeup. Sounds like a good plan. If she's been bitten again, like how is she not a vampire again? What's the deal with her? I can't remember what happens to her in the second film. She even mentioned. Oh, I like the start of this, Moscow. And it sort of does continue-ish to what happens in the second film, if memory serves me right. This did leave me wanting, like, I wanted more. Look at him. How cool is he? Phenomenal. So yeah, that was Blade, the Vampire Hunter. Really good film. Really did well for Marvel, and Marvel's been on a good run. You know, it's had, well, recently it's had some terrible films, but hopefully it'll make a little bit of a comeback. They need to be more, not so generic, basically. So by the numbers, take some chances. So yeah, anyway, time to review this film then. Out of 5 then. I'm going to give this film probably a 3 out of 5. I mean, it's a fun film. It's a good film. I enjoyed it. You know, I think maybe I'm going to enjoy the sequel a little bit more. I might wait for that to come out in 4K and before I review that then. So with that then, I have been Andy Godoy. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye from me.